Yes. People, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football, and what a disaster! Like we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in embarrassing fashion, in the sense that it was basically a 3-0 loss until Martin Odegaard scored the consolation goal in the final minutes of the game. Like, I don't think I even changed the score line yet on the app. Let me change the score line. But yo, Souls, what do you think of that, bro? That was just, I don't even want to go first. You go first on this one because there's so much to talk about. It's just, I just felt like it was just sad to see us go out like that. It was as if like once the first goal went in, there was no intensity, there was no level of energy. These guys, Ramsdale did not leave any confidence that he's going to be taking that spot away from Raya anytime soon. It was a bad display overall. What do you think, man? Talk to me.
We've become what we bantered others. We have truly become the loser club of London, of England. Another trophy thrown away. And I swear to God, if someone says bigger fish to fry, tell me when that fish isn't fried, what happens? Are you now going to actually put your neck on the line and go, do you know what? If he doesn't deliver that Premier League and he doesn't deliver the Champions League, is Arteta getting sacked? Because if there's bigger fish to fry, he better deliver it. But I want to see that fish. I want to see that fish cook. Because I'm going to be honest with you, right? I said I'll give him this season because I've trusted him up until this point. If he can't deliver, I'm telling you now, he has got to deliver one of the Premier League or the Champions League, or he can pack his bags and get the hell out. I've had enough now. This season is your time to deliver. The FA Cup is not enough. I don't care what anyone wants to say. If he had won the Carabao Cup with the FA Cup, I might have accepted that. But one of the domestic cups, no chance. So that Premier League or that Champions League better be getting delivered at the Emirates. Otherwise, you can pack your bags and just find a new club. Because I'm done with this process. I'm done with him. Because the reality is, you've over-rotated. And then what does he do? Oh yeah, half-time, we're 1-0 down. Perfect, we can turn this around. Nah, I'll keep the same shits on the pitch. Oh, 3-0. Oh shit, where's Saka? Oh, where's Martinelli? Oh, 3-0. Oh my God. Now this guy, man, he's a loser. I'm fucking done. He better deliver. I'm not trusting him. And I'm telling you this now until he delivers now. Because I'm flipping done. I said it all season. People have been saying, oh no, you've been negative. You've been harsh on the players. You're being harsh on the players. Now what?
Okay. Simply put, that display did not leave me with any level of confidence that we can rotate and still win consistently. With no Martinelli, no Saka, we had no attacking threat. Eddie Nketiah was utterly neutralized. Trossard was not that good today. Reece Nelson was actually the only one out of the three that actually was doing anything, and that was only early in the game. He got subbed off at like 66 minutes. I know. There was a consolation goal at the end where Fabio Vieira got an assist for Odegaard, but really and truly, this was a 3-0 loss. This was the worst display I have seen from our backline. We were all over the place. Could it be because Saliba was out? Could it be because Ramsdale's come back in and he's not breeding the team in confidence? I honestly don't know. West Ham were not even trying in certain points to score. They were just getting these chances and they were just taking them well. They were much more clinical than us. We had so many shots, but all of our shots were pointless because they were all low quality chances. We were not trying to find the extra man. We were trying to just hit and hope every time we got the ball. Bro, you know we took 14 shots in this game. Do you realize that? Do you know that we had eight chances in the first half? West Ham didn't do nothing in the first half, bro. Did they do anything? Be honest. Nothing. We had West Ham on control the whole first half. They didn't do nothing. But somehow, some way, you know what happens? We're 1-0 down going into the half because of an own goal. And second half, we just capitulate. This is not a team that is going to be serious this season. If we're going to have a little bit of rotation, and we're going to see this. Now, Souls, you said that this was too much rotation. Are you saying the attack? Because the midfield, I feel like that midfield is probably going to be our midfield. If in a case where Odegaard, obviously Odegaard and Declan Rice are not in the midfield, the defense, You know what? 3 of those defenders are starting defenders. Backup goalkeeper, backup center back. You got 2 backup midfielders, and you got basically 3 backups in the attack.
But when I say it's over rotated, I mean
What are we talking about?
that lineup has never been used together. Not a
Bro,
single
this
component.
lineup is good enough to beat this West Ham team. I don't care what anyone says.
No. But that's the thing. It's good enough on paper, but there's also chemistry. There's also relationship. There's also being able to play together. The reality is, right, he overdone it. I know people want to sit there because they want to protect this messiah of Mikel Arteta. The reality is today's on him. Why was Declan Rice not playing? Why was Odegaard not playing? The guy was rested. The guy's been shit. This is where he earns his spot back. He doesn't deserve to play against Newcastle. The way he's been stinking up the gaff, he deserves to play in these games. The reality is, when I say we've overdone it, Trossard, Nketiah, and Nelson never played together. Havertz, Jorginho, Vieira never played together. Zinchenko with Gabriel, Kiwior haven't played together. And Ben White. The only reason you're looking at it is because, few of them, majority of that team has not played together. And we're playing against West Ham. I know people are going to sit here and go, but no Premier League team is a given. You go strong or you go home. And guess what we did? We went weak and we're packing our bags and going home. And that's the reality of it.
Okay, no excuses. We've lost in embarrassing fashion. But can we at least admit that the opening goal shouldn't have counted? I know that you guys are going to say excuses, embarrassing, this is that. I'm just merely saying the guy literally was ripping Ramsdale's shirt off.
Yeah, but there's no VAR, so the ref didn't see it. It is what it is. You move on. It's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes in. I'm not using that as an excuse. I don't care. Use that as motivation and fuel to actually go score a goal. Then they went even shitter after that. They started performing even worse after that. So what do you want me to sit here and go, do you know what? Like, fuel it, use it. The mentality stinks. Do you know what? I'm actually convinced Granit Xhaka built Arsenal, not Arteta. Granit Xhaka is the reason we even had success last season. Arteta has done nothing. I'm convinced of it.
I think you're emotional right now. You're angry. I am too.
Tell me this season, one game where we've looked the same.
We looked the same twice. PSV also. But I'm just gonna say this: disappointing result. I'm not happy. I don't think anybody is. Nobody's sitting here saying bigger fish to fry. If you are, please do not speak to me. What I need to hear though is, where do we go from here? Is our squad depth actually shit? Are we saying to ourselves our squad depth is no better than what we thought we were? Because this is what's really happening. First of all, we got 3 injuries today. And I think I need to speak about those injuries because these injuries are things that are piling up and it's starting to piss me off. Now, it's not an excuse. It's just the reality of the situation. We had 3 players injured going into this game. Those three players are Thomas Partey, Jesus, and Timber. But of course, we got an additional update today that not only are those guys injured, but we also have Smith Rowe injured. I was expecting Smith Rowe to play this game. Would he have made much of a difference? I think he might have. Would have Jesus made a difference? Definitely would have made a difference. We would have rested Saka and he could have been starting on the right. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just merely saying I'm sick and tired of injury-prone players at Arsenal Football Club. Emil Smith Rowe, he's going to have to eventually, we're going to have to look at his future at Arsenal. Is he going to be here long-term if he can't stay fit for 2 games to play? Thomas Partey, same thing. Is he going to be here long-term if he can't stay fit? Update today that we don't know how long his injury is, Emil Smith Rowe, but we heard Jesus' injury could be early December. He's going to miss all of November. Thomas Partey, they're saying mid-November, but I heard reports that he could potentially be out also until December. This is just, our injuries are, we only have 4 injuries, but it feels like we're already paper thin. Is our squad depth as bad, not as good as I thought it was? Because Mikel Arteta threw the kitchen sink at it today. He had Declan Rice on the bench, Tomiyasu on the bench, Saka on the bench, Martinelli and Odegaard all come off the bench. Like, are we wafer thin outside of our starting 11? Is that the reality that we have to face ourselves with? Or is it when our starters are playing and we rotate some players in, it's okay. But over rotation, you might be right, bro. Because what is that? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players basically who are not starters, Jorginho included.
But the reality is, look, Thomas Partey and Gabriel Jesus, I don't give a fuck. They don't get an excuse because they're always injured, so the club should have prepared for that, right? So that's I'm only going to count. Well, actually, one injury because Jurriën Timbers is the only frequent. ESR has been injured all season last season. So really, we've had one injury. That's how I see it because they've always been injured.
Let me read the super chat. Big up Jerome. The process is going backwards, bro. If Arsenal don't sign in January, then we know the owners don't get.
It's not on the owners. The owners are the problem.
It's not the owners at this point. The people in charge have to go get a striker. It doesn't matter if Brentford have said Ivan Toney's going to cost 80 mil. Are you paying that money?
I'm not personally, but if that's who they want, then that's who they want.
Listen, I think there's some bigger talking points. So first talking point of the day, Arteta, did he disrespect this trophy today?
100%.
Arteta 100% disrespected the trophy.
1,000,000%, yeah. 100%.
I believe Mikel Arteta's rotation was a little bit too much. The team, even though I believe the team can beat West Ham, we did leave ourselves short. West Ham played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about seven starters. How many did we play? Besides Zinchenko, Gabriel, Ben White, everybody else are bench players. Besides 3 players in our back line, everybody else were bench players. And you know what the sad thing is? I think the back line was the worst part of our team. And there's 3 starters in there. So no confidence in this team being rotated at all.
No. The reality is, things weren't going right at halftime. You had Declan Rice, Saka, Martinelli warming up at, the 25th minute. I thought, okay, he's going to get them on early first half. Into the second half, sorry. But what did he do? He decided to wait until it was 3-0 to actually react to anything. What was the point? Just pack your bags and go home and accept defeat at that point. What were we going to do in 25 minutes that we haven't shown in 75 minutes? It's an embarrassment. The guy is too arrogant. I said, he better deliver. He has no room for error.
Okay. Now, next. Is it a thing where we have to evaluate how we're going to compete for the rest of this season? I'm not saying bigger fish to fry. I'm just saying, how are we going to be competitive in the Champions League and in the league if we cannot make enough rotation where we trust the players? We cannot trust our bench anymore? Is that what you're saying, or is it because of the injuries?
No. Look, when people don't understand what squad depth means, it doesn't mean you just throw every single person that's in your second string. City don't do it either. What they'll do is make 3, potentially 4 changes. That's fine. Your DM plays fucking every. Look, the reason I'm comparing us to City isn't because I think we're as good as City, but that's who we want to be. That's who we want to beat, right? Their DM doesn't get a rest in these games. They're players don't get a rest. Their strikers are available as well. So the reality is, hat-trick Nketiah, right? Where the hell was he today? Kai Havertz, right? I've been backing him, but I'm not backing him anymore. He's been awful as well. Fabio Vieira, right? Shit. Trossard, a lot of people rave about shit. Reece Nelson's the only player who can somewhat have a bit of pride today. And even that's just me being nice to him.
I said that earlier. I said Reece Nelson's the only one who actually showed a level of calmness today.
It's like, for example, in this team, what I would like to have seen, okay, the back line, cool, 1 rotation, technically from the first team, cool, that's fine. I'd want to see Declan Rice in there if you're going to play Kai Havertz and Vieira.
We're going to talk about Declan Rice in a second, but before we go into Declan Rice, can we talk about Ramsdale? Bro, today was horrific. I'm not going to blame him for the second goal, but I think he could have done better there too. The third goal, he got caught. Basically, it was a slight deflection. It was right at him. Couldn't do nothing with it. And if I'm not going to lie to you, the first goal, I get it that his shirt was pulled and it should have not counted. But if that was Raya in that situation, he doesn't stay there. He goes and attacks the ball. That's the reality. I need to hear what you got to say.
I mean, look, Ramsdale did not cover himself with any glory, any sort of statement to say, look, I am the first team keeper. I think actually, in reality, he's kind of confirmed that David Raya is going to take over. If anything, I'll be honest, because when Arteta talks about fine margins, right, he talks about that third goal more than anything. The other 2, okay, you can say it's his fault, it's not his fault, whatever. But you're talking about that third goal, right? It went at him. He got a hand to it, but his hand is never strong enough to actually save any of these. All you got to do with Ramsdale, do you know the easiest way? Just score a long shot. Look at his goals conceded, right, from long shots. They're embarrassing. He barely saves any. So the reality is he's not covered himself in glory. A lot of people wanted him to play. He played today, did nothing. He didn't do anything of note. He didn't cover himself in like, hey, I'm here to stay. It was actually more of a David Roya, here you go, here's the number 1 shirt.
I just don't know what Mikel Arteta was thinking. The lineup to begin with was setting us up for failure. And then, even though I believe the lineup is good enough to beat them, today, do you leave this game saying you have more questions about Arsenal Football Club this season?
I've been questioning him all season.
Or
I
do you have
don't
more questions
recognize
about the
this Arsenal.
manager specifically?
No, I question the whole thing at the minute. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been calling this out all season. I've not actually been impressed with them this season. We've been lucky to not lose a game. We've been lucky to be. Most of our performances have been lucky wins. We've been scraping by the skin of our teeth. So at the end of the day, look, I've been calling it out all season. I want to see an improvement. I want them to turn this around. But if they're going to keep doing this, then at the end of the day, what do you want us to do other than question them?
Can I ask you one more thing? Aren't you annoyed that they keep passing around the captaincy like it's a toy? Today's captain was Jorginho. I feel like every day is like Make-A-Wish captain.
Being real, when the captaincy hasn't meant anything in like 20 years.
But bro, my point is, why is it being passed around every 2 days? I get it, Odegaard's not started the last 2 games, but at one point, Eddie Nketiah had the captaincy. You have other points where Jorginho has the captaincy. You have a point where Saka has the captaincy. Like, what is going on? Why are we passing it around like hot potato? Shouldn't you have a captain?
We're not
a vice
serious,
captain?
man. We're not a
Shouldn't
serious
there be a
club.
pecking order? Because
We're
I
not a
thought
serious
Gabriel
club.
Magalhaes was a serious captain.
No, but we're not a serious club. We're here for vibes. We're here to make other people feel special. Ooh, Eddie and K, you scored a hat trick. Here's the captaincy.
I'm not going to say we're not a serious club.
We're not,
We
though.
are
We're
a
not.
serious club in the
We're
sense
not.
that this season we are going to be competitive. It's just
We're not competitive. We're going to win.
Bro, don't forget. As much as I am disappointed, also I can acknowledge that we got outplayed.
Okay, but are we going to win anything?
We got outplayed in that second half. Mikel Arteta made a mistake putting out that team that he put out there. He should have put out a stronger team. He cost us this game, and a little bit of
No. But the question I'm asking is, are we going to win anything? Do you have total belief we can win something? Because right now I don't.
Bro, I still believe we can do something in the league.
Still do something? No. Win something. I didn't say.
Yeah. I still believe we can win the league. It's just we need to fix up. We cannot see weak defensive performances. We need to see more confidence performances from this team, because the way we've started this season, we're getting the results, but we haven't clicked into the gear yet. I feel like, you know how Man City starts slow? Because they have the credit in the bank, they can fix up as the season goes on. I think that's what we've done so far. We've started very slow this season. We need to pick it up and improve. Now, I'm going to ask you, what do you think of let's get into some of these performances. What do you think of Ramsdale's performance today? What are you giving him if you were to rate him out of 10?
Everyone getting a 0.
No, seriously, come on.
Yeah, no, 0.
You're giving Ramsdale a 0?
Yes.
Everyone, let me know what you guys giving Ramsdale out of 10.
I'm telling you now, the only player I'll give a 1 to is Reece Nelson for trying. Everyone else was shit. I didn't rate anyone today.
Bro, I did think Ramsdale was bad. You know me, I'm a little bit nicer than you. I'm not going to give him a 1. I'm going to give him like a 3 or something.
No, I'm not giving him a 1. I'm giving him a 0. I'm saying none of these players deserve a rating.
Fair
Don't
enough.
even ask me about Mikel Arteta today.
Ben White, own goal. What are you giving him?
I told you, 0. The only player gets a 1 is Reece Nelson.
Ben White gets a 0. What do you think of KVR's performance instead of the?
You're not sharing the screen, by the way. If I don't know if
I'm not sharing the screen today. What do you think of KVR?
You might as well rate them, because I swear I don't rate these players right now.
Forget about rating them. Just give me your thoughts on each player. What do you think about KVR?
I don't actually, to be honest with you, I don't think KVR was terrible, considering he's like what, 3rd choice, 4th choice, but he's not good enough. Like, I think he's more of a left back than a centre back, and I don't think he should be playing with Gabriel Magalhaes. Firstly, I think it should be Saliba, KVR, or getting a right centre back, playing Ben White there or Tomiyasu there with Gabriel. I don't think this partnership works.
I think Mikel Arteta has a thing where he doesn't play Tomiyasu in any of the centre back positions for some reason.
He did, though, against Brentford.
True. I thought this was a game where Tomiyasu should have started as right back. Honestly, I thought Ben White needed a rest. But
No. I think Zinchenko needs to be dropped. I don't think he's been good enough.
we're very fortunate that Newcastle have a lot of injuries, or else I wouldn't have much confidence going to Newcastle away. Luckily, they have a lot of injuries, and hopefully we can get a result from them. But Gabriel Magalhaes' performance today, bro, he was really good at the beginning, but then second half everyone just dropped. And I thought Gabriel Magalhaes' performance today was not that I was not confident in his performance. He probably defended a goal. He stopped the goal from happening in the set with that kudos chance. But besides that, the rest of the team, he's just like the rest of the team. I'll give him an average 5 performance, 5 out of 10. I think no one gets it better than 5. What are you saying?
Yeah,
No.
0.
Forget about him. Zinchenko, what are you saying? What do you think
0.
about Zinchenko?
God, again, he gets caught out.
Cut out for the second goal.
Again. How many more times does this guy want to get caught out? I get it, invert, technical, all of this, but you do know you also have a defensive responsibility too. Or does Arteta not realize he has a defensive responsibility? Or does he not realize he leaves gaps, so I need to put someone there to cover for him? Because someone's an idiot, let's be honest. Someone's screwing up right now. Is it the manager? Is it Zinchenko? Is it someone who was supposed to be filling in for him? Someone screwed up their job. I want answers. I want to know who screwed up. Because this guy just gets away with murder because, look at me, I can run with the ball. I've got tech. Don't care, you're a left back first.
Okay.
You can't defend. Brother, I can't wait for Timbers to come back. I can't wait for Tomiyasu to be fully fit, fam. Because this guy, the further away he is from the starting 11, the better he is for me. Because he is a liability.
Okay, hit that like button, guys. I know we lost, and I know you guys are upset, but at least you could do is help me out by hitting that like button and let me know. The poll question is going to be, what cost us today? Rotation or what would you say? Rotation or just lack of effort? Which one? Or a little both?
I mean, you can say a bit of both, but
you know what?
Me, I just don't agree with the rotation. I think it was too much.
Okay, next. Who is in the midfield? Jorginho, what are you saying?
Oh, he was. I'm trying to not even trying to swear, but he was poor, like very poor. He was weak. He didn't dominate the midfield. He didn't try to take control. Even the one thing he's good at, which is controlling the tempo of the game and slowing it down, he couldn't do. So I don't know what people want me to say today. No one's getting rated today.
I thought Jorginho, it looked painful at times. He wasn't really having a good performance. He was very slow. It didn't even have good moments on the eye for me. He was just very poor today. Can't really give him too much credit. And then when I go to Kai Havertz, it's just, we have a conundrum with Kai Havertz. What do we do with Kai Havertz, bro? You back this guy. I back this guy. We
Put
back
him up top or don't play him. Simple.
What?
Put him up top or don't play him.
We have to find a solution because he does look better when he's closer to goal and he's playing with a partner. When he's in the midfield, he's doing all the good hard work, but he's not really progressing the ball. He's not holding on to the ball. When he wins the ball, he ends up getting tackled or falls down and loses the ball quicker. So as much as I want to give the guy time, I'm starting to grow impatient.
He's a failed experiment. Let's be absolutely honest about it.
He wanted Arteta originally signed him to play as a midfielder, not as a forward. Let's be honest. He's gonna probably play him as a forward now that Jesus is injured a little bit more. He might rotate him in there, but I don't think he should be starting versus Newcastle. 100%, he should not be starting versus Newcastle. I think Newcastle away, our midfield should be Jorginho, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. What are you saying?
I'd play Havertz up top against Newcastle. I think we need someone who can hold up the ball better. And I just don't rate Eddie. I've said it, like I've given him his plaudits for the hat-trick, but I will get on to him. But yeah, I don't really, at this point, I don't want to see Jorginho play because I don't think he's been good enough. Declan Rice should 100% obviously will be playing. And Odegaard should play as well.
What about Fabio Vieira? He looked okay at times, but then there was times where it was like passenger in the game. I think the way that we use that person who plays in that right 8 position it's not effective. Well, they're just not effective when they don't have the link up with Bukayo Saka or somebody else to link up with them. Fabio Vieira was ineffective today. Even though at times he looked good, he was ineffective for a majority of the game. He only looked good at the end of the game when we were pushing for something.
That's because they sat back and gave us all the space in the world. The reality is Fabio Vieira had enough of the ball to actually try and impact this game. But what did he do with it? Nothing. He didn't drive. He didn't try and take on someone. He didn't have a needle pass. He didn't try and put a through ball in. It was all just off-target passes, weak passes, no shots really being taken. So the reality is just like we can sit there and go, oh, Bukayo Saka wasn't there, this player wasn't there, this player wasn't there. But when you have the opportunity, did you do something that we can look at and go, actually, yeah, if Bukayo Saka was there, he would have got that. Or if Saka, you didn't do anything to say that if Saka was there, he would have done any better.
You know what? It is annoying. Moving on next. Nelson, I thought, was the best player out of all the players on the pitch for Arsenal. I'll give him credit. One player I feel like I can give credit to, and you already mentioned him in your piece, but yeah, I definitely do think he deserves some credit. But one of Martinelli or Saka should have started. We clearly cannot go and play a game with either Saka, with both Saka and Martinelli out of the team. It's just ineffective. Ineffective attack. Trossard today, usually Trossard's much better. Poor game from Trossard today. And Eddie Nketiah, what did he really do? Did he really have a chance at anything? No. So, yeah. What are you saying?
What about all 3 attackers?
Yeah, because they were all as bad as each other, except for Nelson was slightly better.
Yeah. Nelson was the only spark I'd say we even had. And when it comes to Eddie Nketiah, I've been saying it. We'll see if he plays against Newcastle, but I'll be honest with you, I don't have any hope that he's going to do anything. He's used his goals. He's scored his goal for the next 10 games. I'm telling you now, he won't score one for another 10 games. He said, what is it now? 18th game away from home he hasn't scored in. He's not good enough, man. When it comes to Trossard, again, another poor performance. The guy's an impact sub, and that's all he is. He can never start for Arsenal. He could come off the bench and make an impact because that seems to be his best position right now and his best role for the club. When he starts, he stinks up the gaff. And you're right, one of Saka and Martinelli have to play. I don't know why that is, but it just seems to be the way that we operate.
Bro, simply put, it's a painful loss to get knocked out of any cup competition. I don't want anybody covering this up saying they don't care about the cup. It is what it is. We lost. Yes. We have to move on. Yes. No excuses. Yes. There's no chest from any Arsenal fans saying haha or anything like that. People can laugh, enjoy themselves as much as they want. It's probably Liverpool is going to probably go on to win this trophy now. So there you go. But to me, I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna analyze. I'm just gonna analyze how we react from this on against Newcastle. If we see a poor performance away from home against Newcastle, there's gonna be way more worrying signs because Mikel Arteta rested the whole team for Newcastle. He rested the whole entire team for Newcastle. Bro, Newcastle have. You know how many players Newcastle have out for the upcoming game? If we lose to Newcastle,
then look at it. If they have they got more than 4?
Bro, they have way more than 4.
And we're still worried about playing them. See the levels.
Bro, they have Botman out. They have Isaac out. Let me show you. This is who we're playing our next game. We have Botman, Alexander Isaac, what do you call it? Jacob Murphy, what's his name? Harvey Barnes, Elliot Anderson, and Sandro Tonali's band. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players out. And at least half of those players would start for them. If we don't beat these guys away from home and we drop points, be it a loss or a draw, that would just mean the win that we had against Sheffield United would be for nothing, and it would have just been it would have just been what it was. We played a shit team. We convincingly beat them, but overall in the season, we've not been good enough yet. And I want to see us kickstart our season, have a big win away from home, get us back, get our confidence back. Because right now I am not happy, and I don't want Mikel Arteta to make these kind of mistakes again. We need to see Saliba, Gabriel. I want to see Tomiyasu starting, not Zinchenko in that game. Don't you agree? I need to see Tomiyasu starting against Newcastle. I need to see Ben White in the right back position. Raya is our number one, will be our number one, and Ramsdale has officially lost his job for the foreseeable future. The midfield three for me is I'm putting Jorginho in the midfield. Who are you putting in? I'm going Jorginho, Odegaard, Declan Rice away against Newcastle.
It's at the moment, other than Declan Rice, just pick your poison.
What are you saying?
I don't even know. Like, other than Declan Rice, hopefully
Jorginho, remember the masterclass he had last year versus Newcastle?
Yeah, but he's not going to do. No, think about it, man.
I have no choice. Man. Who do you guys play? Not Mohamed Elneny. Come on, I like Elneny, but let him stay as a cheerleader on the sideline.
No. I want to play Elneny. I don't even care. Give him a chance. He deserves a chance.
Cheerleader on the sideline.
No, he deserves a chance. I'd rather have a cheerleader on the pitch. No, I'd rather have a cheerleader on the pitch than a piece of shit. Let's be honest. They're all been bags of shit. They're all shit. Jorginho's been shit. He's cost us against Spurs. Now he's cost us here. Zinchenko's cost us. So why can't we play these cheerleaders? At least they want to be here. At least they want to win.
Okay. What's next? The front three: Saka, Martinelli, Eddie, and Nketiah. Do you agree? Or Saka, Martinelli, Kai Havertz?
No, I'm not playing Nketiah. He's not going to score anyway. It doesn't.
He just had a hat trick in the Premier League, and you're going to bench him.
For him. That's his goal for the 10 games done. Play him. He's not scoring. Havertz isn't scoring. So it doesn't matter
who you playing versus Newcastle?
Doesn't matter who you play. Neither are scoring. I can bet you now, neither striker, whoever plays in the striker position, ain't scoring against Newcastle.
My man said, Egal, just hypothetical question. Can we be possible to get a manager alternative at the end of the season? Listen, guys, this is the reality of the situation. If Mikel Arteta cannot do something this season with this team to keep us competitive in all competitions and to have us fighting for this Premier League title, it's going to get to a point where
he's not getting sacked. Let's be absolutely honest.
No. It's not that he's going to get sacked. It's going to get to a point where we might have questions. Has he gone as far as he can go with this team?
Oh no, this fan base ain't questioning him. I told you we're Spurs. I'm telling you. You know the reality is, right? For the last 20 years, we are Spurs fans. We are no different to them. And that's not emotion. I've been calling it out for years. We have no expectations. Our standards are in the gutters. We just keep accepting vibes. Because I'm telling you now, if Arteta does not deliver this season, people will say, give him another season. Just because, we were competitive. We bottled it again. I'm telling you now, if we
Arteta needs to fix his mentality.
Even if we do what we did last season, fans will ask him to stay. I'm telling you.
He needs to fix his mentality in these cup competitions and take it more serious. We need to see our team win trophies. We need to see this team have a winning mentality and improve. We cannot continue to drop these cup competitions. I don't want to see us get out early in the FA Cup. I don't want to see us losing the round of 16 in the Champions League. If these things happen, that's where I'm saying we're going to have serious discussions about Mikel Arteta. Right now, I'm okay with it. I'm just a little bit emotional right now because, of course, we lost. Nobody's saying,
I've said it.
Nobody's saying it's the Carabao Cup. We have bigger fish to fry. Stop it, bro.
All I'm saying is he has to deliver this season. If he doesn't, he can pack his bag and go.
By deliver, you mean win the league or the Champions League?
One of them has to be won now. Because unfortunately, I was going to accept the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup as a win, but he's decided to throw one of them. So now he has to win one of the big ones.
Finally, final point. How do you think should he have started Declan Rice? Should he have started Declan Rice on his homecoming?
Yes.
Should he have started Odegaard, since he didn't play the last game?
Yes.
Should he have started Kai Havertz up top?
Either way, it doesn't matter. Because you can play Eddie and Nketiah, you scored a hat-trick like you said. You can bank on him potentially doing something.
By the way, press conference came out. The opening goal, we were unlucky, and from there we lost the game. That's what they're saying.
I'd
What do you
rather
think
not
about-
read it because he's just gonna piss me off. I know what he's gonna say.
What do you think about that? Loser mentality? Guys, there's no happiness today. There's no happiness today. This is what the report coming from Arsenal is saying. A misfortunate touch for the first goal. Looking to show a response, but then we couldn't do nothing.
Wait,
They're
but
basically
who said this? Is this what Arsenal are saying, or is this what Arteta's
Yeah,
saying?
this is what Arsenal is saying. And then end to end, and then they capitalized. We didn't, obviously. That's what they're saying. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So all to do.
I want to know, like, what do you put it down to? Because I don't think you've actually said it clearly. Like, whether it's over rotation, do you blame the manager? Do you blame the players? Who do you think this overall sits on, and what's your conclusion to it?
Rotation, Mikel Arteta.
So that, okay, so rotate. Who would you have
So
played?
it's
I'm just
rotation,
curious.
number one. Too much rotation, number one. Number two, Mikel Arteta, because he set up the lineup. Actually, number one, Mikel Arteta, he set up the lineup. He set up sub with this team, and this team was not set up correctly. Even though I think we should be able to beat West Ham with any team we put out there, this team clearly did not have the cohesion. They've never been able to work together. And you look at that midfield. Who's actually going to do the creativity? Who's going to build up the play? We have no attackers. We have no wingers who are going to do that. Trossard and Eddie Nketiah are more finishers. Reece Nelson is an impact sub. You shouldn't have both Trossard and Reece Nelson out there with Eddie Nketiah. He needs more. We need more help in the attack. There was nothing threatening from our attack. Our midfield was either Declan Rice or Odegaard should have started, one of them minimum. Then you go to the defense. The defense I was fine with. And finally, the last person I would criticize is I would say Ramsdale had a horrific performance today, and I think that's it for him. I don't think he's going to be starting much besides cup games. This game confirmed it for Mikel Arteta. He was right to drop him. I can't defend him anymore, and I don't think anyone can defend Aaron Ramsdale anymore.
No, he had look. We all said he deserves an opportunity to try and take his position back, and he hasn't taken that opportunity, so we can't cry about it anymore.
Fair enough. And also, people saying Smith Rowe's out. And I would consider selling him if he's going to continue to be injured. Unfortunately,
yeah, sell Jesus and sell Partey as well.
Jesus is a freak injury that one time.
Then we need to have it. No, but he's been injured a lot though.
We can have a discussion about Jesus, but I feel like Partey and Smith Rowe right now is a bigger issue. These guys were two guys that were pivotal parts of our team that are now been injured for a long time.
You know what we need to do? We need to put Jesus on the bench and bring Victor Osimhen in. We need a starting striker. And we just rotate Jesus.
Would you drop 80 mil on Ivan Toney? That's we're linked to.
No, because Victor Osimhen's going to cost you the same, and he's a better player.
Fair enough. You know what? We're going to wrap it up here, guys. Just to let you guys know, we did not do the player ratings today. I just feel like nobody deserves a good rating at all. So there's no point of even talking about it. We covered everything. Of course, you guys can check out me on my Twitter, on my TikTok, and on my YouTube. And of course, you can check out Gunnar Sulz on his Twitter. What's your Twitter name again?
It's just Gunnar Sulz, but I don't think people want to check me out right now because they're not going to get anything nice.
There you go. And you know what? You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. We're out of here. I'll catch you guys on Never a Foul after this. And you're going to probably go on the terrace, right? So check us out there, guys. We're out of here. Peace.